Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forward with Forli. We are on the road this week, and the topic of this episode is staying in a hotel with a guide dog. I'm going to provide some tips and tricks to make your stay with your guide dog a little bit more comfortable and enjoyable, and just some things I've learned throughout my travels, staying in hotels, being on the road, that sort of thing. So join us. The first thing you want to do when you get to your hotel room is to dog-proof the room and make it comfortable for both you and your dog. So we're going to go on a little room tour here. So the first thing you want to do is look for the garbage cans. There's one right here, and you can just take these and put them in any high space, especially if your dog gets into things. I'm just sitting on the desk for right now. That's good enough. There's also usually one in the bathroom. We'll see. Aha, there it is. Set it up here. Most hotel rooms are relatively minimalist. There's not a ton of stuff you have to be concerned with, but definitely garbage cans, that sort of thing. The next thing you want to do is establish where your dog is going to sleep. Usually I have like a little mat that I bring. My suitcase was completely stuffed, so I wasn't able to fit it in. So I will either use a towel and just, let's see, lay it down. There's one right here. And you can just lay it down in front of the bed. I'm going to put it right here because there's a nice nightstand. I could hook a tie down to this if I wanted to. It's right next to my bed. Forley's already got the idea. This is really helpful if you want to teach your dog to like go to their bed or go to their place. And oh look, it's not even finished and Forley's already loving it. So that's really helpful to at least signify that this is indeed their place to lay. The other thing I can do, if I really want Forley to be comfortable, again, kind of in a pinch, is use some pillows. I could just lay like one pillow down, grab the next pillow, and put it next. Usually 2 pillows is good enough. Oh yeah, now she's really interested. She's using it as a pillow. Good girl, Forley. Good girl. So, again, it makes kind of a nice soft bed. I don't typically put the dog, or allow the dog on the bed, excuse me, just because it's not my bed. It's a hotel, and some hotels might even charge a cleaning fee. Who knows? I don't think they're supposed to, but I just would rather not deal with it. So while we're on the road, Forley sleeps on the floor. That's just kind of how it is. And other than that, making sure that the food is out of the way. I have it up here on this entertainment center kind of thing. It's up pretty high. Forley can't get it. And then any other things you would normally do at home that you would want to do. So if you have your dog at home on leash, you might do that. If you have water and food in a certain place, you might do that as well. Or just whatever other routines you can do at home, you kind of want to try to replicate in your while you're on the road and in your room. I always put the dog's food and water in the bathroom because it's usually a hard tile floor. So if the dog like accidentally knocks it over or makes a mess, it's really easy to clean up. That sort of thing. So that's just really all I need to do for the room. Just make sure it's dog proof. Most guide dogs are pretty well behaved. They're socialized. They understand this sort of thing. But it's always good, especially on the road, to not take chances and make sure that all the food is put up and garbage cans and anything that's interesting that the dog might try to get into. You want to put up because it's a new space for them, so they might even test the boundaries a little bit. So it's always good to ensure that everything is put away. Now that Forley has a place to eat, get something to drink, and some sleep, we are going to find the relieving area. And it's important to plan accordingly. It's probably going to be different than at home, where you would maybe just take the dog out into the backyard or have a designated relieving area. You're in a new place, so make sure that you have enough time to get your dog to and from the relieving area, and of course that you know where it is. Okay, we finally made it outside and to the relieving area. So when you're looking for a relieving area, you just want to find something that's safe, out of the way, and that obviously has a trash can for picking up waste, and is a comfortable space for your dog to relieve on. So there's just some grass out here, and I'm actually at a convention for visually impaired people, so there is a specially designed box with some cedar chips. Forli doesn't usually like those, so see if she uses it or not. But anyway, you just want to find something that's going to work for you and your dog that's somewhat convenient, but again, always plan accordingly. So we're going to relieve. Another thing I do when I stay at a hotel with my guide dog is teach my dog to find certain things in the hotel. Guide dogs are incredibly useful and very good at doing this sort of task. So things you might want to teach your dog are to find your room, find the pool, the restaurant, the front desk, that sort of thing. Hotels are large spaces. Typically, they're unfamiliar to you. And you may or may not want to spend a bunch of time trying to remember every last little detail about how to find the various amenities in the hotel. So I'm going to demonstrate how I teach my dog to find one of these things. I'm going to use my room as an example. So I'm going to teach my dog to find my door, which is extremely helpful, especially if you're in a large hotel and there's a seemingly endless amount of rooms. You may or may not want to be trailing the wall, reading the numbers as you go. You might just want to get from point to point. I use clicker training. That's the training philosophy that comes with the school that I got Forli from. If you have a dog and you want to do this, use whatever training philosophy your school recommends. So like I mentioned, I'm going to use clicker training and food. If you want to see a demonstration of clicker training and learn a little bit more about what it is or how it works, or you're going, what the heck is clicker training? I have a link to a video that I made about clicker training in the description below. Click on the link, it'll take you right to the video, and it'll explain more in detail about clicker training. So with that, let's get started. Good girl. Good girl, Forli. Good girl. Forli, find the room. Good girl. Good girl. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today on how to stay in a hotel with a guide dog and the tips and tricks Forli and I presented. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.